Welcome back. This is User Friendly 2.0. On the line with me is Congressman Greg Walden, who we are having a conversation with about robocalls and his legislation to stop this menace. And we were just talking about the numbers and what's coming in and not blocking legitimate calls that you do want to get. So as with technology, I think a lot of this is going to be evolving. I guess my next question to you would be, right now today, as things are being done to prepare for all of this, what if somebody gets a robocall today, what's the best way to deal with it?
Well, I'll tell you what I do with them is if they don't show up in my address book, so it pops up a name, I let it go to voicemail. And 99% of the time, the illegal scammers don't leave a voicemail. I did get one the other day, and it was in Chinese. So whoever was behind that scam must have plugged in the wrong country code. But that's what I do. I just let them go to voicemail. And if it's somebody that is really trying to get a hold of me and has my number, they'll leave a voicemail. In my town halls, I've done 40 this year across Oregon. I point out, do you get the foreign ones? And I said, I got one the other day, 20 hands go up or 50 or whatever, because we're all getting those. I said, I got one the other day. It said plus 30-1 Greece. And I don't know anybody in Greece, right? So I let it go to voicemail. Later in the day, I looked. It was a 2-minute voicemail. It's like, wow, I wonder what that is. So I pulled it up and I listened to it, and it was Vice President Mike Pence aboard Air Force Two trying to reach me on an issue. So there's some foreign calls you should take, because it's really hard to call back Air Force Two. And so I tell you that because there are important calls you shouldn't miss, but now we're all getting conditioned not to answer them unless we recognize through our own address books the numbers. And so there's still a big problem here. We got to get after it. In the area code 503, you all have had 17.7 million robocalls last month and 151.5 million this year. On the east side, the rural areas in Oregon, 541 area code, we received an estimated 13 million robocalls last month alone and 106.8 so far this year. So,
yeah,
they give us these stats. Did you get them all?
I am pretty sure I got them all. I get 10.
Yep, I got a few.
Yeah. I want to ask you a quick question, kind of related to this, but I do a lot of writing about cybersecurity, and it seems like this country is under attack. Our infrastructures are under attack. Yep. What is Congress looking to do about that? We don't seem to have this coordinated effort to really solve this problem, because I think the next 911, and we're doing this interview on 911, the next 911 may very well be a cyber attack.
I'm glad you said that. There's actually a lot more going on than meets the eye or gets in the press. And I've been in a lot of classified briefings here and elsewhere around the country. And you're right. This is probably single biggest threat the country faces. It is pernicious. It's real. It's happening every day. There are threats to our electric grid, to our pipelines, to our communication systems. And there are really bad but sophisticated actors out there, and obviously a number of them are state-sponsored, that are very aggressively mapping our networks, trying to embed software on our networks, and we're watching it. The good news is we're aware of it, and we have some really, really talented people at NSA and elsewhere that know how to do this, and I think do it better than anybody else in the world. And so we're not alone in this fight. The public policy issue is the ability to share information between the sort of government intelligence sector, if you will, and the private sector, and not disclose methods and sources as a result, and therefore shut off your intelligence gathering capabilities. So that's kind of the tight line that we walk. But there's a lot of collaboration and coordination with the utilities, with the pipeline companies, telecommunication companies. There's actually a lot of legislative work that's been done in this space. We get briefings on a regular basis. It's in every sector of our economy. And some of it is menacing. Some of it is pure intellectual property theft. Some of it is classic and traditional espionage and information gathering. And some of it could be very, very destructive. So it's across the whole line, and it's the biggest threat we have. In the in the military side of the ledger, if you will, there's nobody more powerful than we are in the world with ships and planes and tanks and armies. And, we stack up way above any other country in terms of that capability. But you know what? To do cyber warfare, you just need a bunch of smart people in a room with a computer and access to high-speed internet.
Yeah, and that's really the thing about it, because you don't have the physical location. So, Congressman, if somebody wants to get more information, is there a place they can go online and get your information?
They can go to our website and look there in terms of that, and it's www.walden.house.gov. So walden.house.gov would be a good place to go.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today, Congressman. This has just been a great interview, and it really helps people to know that something is being done, and thank you for doing that. All right, Congressman, again, and have a great rest of your day.
You're welcome. You too.